AutoStages version 2 can now control the Better Cautions mod, which is a separate mod for NR2003, which gives more advanced, modern caution and control to the game. And this video will show you how to make sure everything is running properly and how you can have the best experience possible. So the first thing you want to do before opening Better Cautions or anything else is to make sure your NASCAR Racing 2003 Season EXE for the game is called NR2003. Rename that, or else Better Cautions will not recognize the game or run properly. Secondly, you do have to make sure AutoStages is being run as administrator. To do that, right-click and then select Run as Administrator when you start AutoStages. If you don't do that, the AutoStages app will not have the proper permissions from your computer to control another app, in this case, Better Cautions. Little tip here, if you go down to Properties and then to Compatibility, select the Run this program as Administrator option here under Settings and then Apply, and now it will run as Administrator every time, and you can just double-click that and start normally. Now we're going to open NR2003, and our background apps are being overlaid for the sake of the video. They're not actually going to run on top. Now we can start Better Cautions. That opens in the background, and here's how it works. So AutoStages will take control of Better Cautions once it sees other vehicles on track. So after you begin a race weekend is when you will see the modern double file restarts and the send lapped cars to back options be automatically checked for you. So that is how you know AutoStages is in control of Better Cautions. The reason it's built that way is because once it's checking and reading that data from the other cars, I know it can constantly check it over and over and over again to make sure that it throws the caution at the proper time at the end of a stage, and that is the most accurate way to build that. So as you can see on the left here, the modern double file restarts and the send lap cars to back options are now checked. I did not check those, it did it automatically, which means that AutoStages is in control, and at the end of a stage here, it will actually throw that caution flag on lap number 19, I believe. I'm going to accelerate to the end of stage 1 here. And that's really it. If you are not running Better Cautions, that's okay. That is an optional feature of this app. But if you do want to have cautions thrown automatically without you touching anything, you do have to have the Better Cautions app installed. Looks like a caution came out on 18 here, of course. The one time I wanted to show this, they actually had a crash happen right before the end of the stage. But yeah, so what will happen is AutoStages will throw the caution flag at the proper time at the end of a stage. It will always happen at the end of a stage, the last lap, when the leader gets to 70% of the way through the lap there. So let's go to the end of the stage again this time. Hopefully nobody crashes. And Ryan Preece is in first? I don't think so. Yeah, Chastain. That seems like it makes more sense. So now as we cross into lap number 19, caution flag will be thrown once he gets to 70% of the way through the lap. So if you are in car, it will constantly check to make sure that AutoStages is running. And then if for whatever reason it's not connected properly, or you closed out the app accidentally or something, and you're in car, it will still throw that chat command number 0, and it will throw that caution flag from in car using the chat command as a backup. That's how it's coded. So it'll check to see if Better Cautions is running. If it's not, for whatever reason, it's going to try to throw that 0 chat command and throw that caution flag at the end of a stage. So that is the current state of how that can control Better Cautions in version 2. In the future, we have some bonus features coming. I actually just finished building a version that will control the race back to cautions and add laps for green-white checkers, basically overtime options. In the future, it will have the race back to cautions option unchecked, and then it will trigger that only for the end of a stage. So you actually have the modern caution rule, which is really, really cool. And at the end of a race, if a caution comes out, it will throw the overtime period for you automatically, which will give you first time ever again. We have overtime and everything working modern in NR2003. So that's a good look at AutoStages controlling Better Cautions. If you have any questions, if you have any issues with the game not controlling things properly, or just how to get everything up and running, hit me up. I'd love to help out, and I will see you for another video and a little tutorial coming pretty soon.